young man coming up. Here's some young blood. Welcome Trent, Carson. Let him in. Trent.
Wow, Sarasota, thank you so much. Today's actually my birthday. I turned 20 years old today. Thank you. It's funny, I came out of a womb today, and ever since I've just been trying to get back in one every day. So, yeah. And if you could, I ask two things. Fake clap and laugh, because I can forget I still live at home with my mom and have erectile dysfunction from all the ecstasy I've done. And I really, really love older ladies, and I know I see some out there. So if you're single or taken, I like a sugar mama too. Please feel free to see me after the show. I'd be more than happy to show you a good time. But, I have a friend who's more experienced, and he told me they don't like to be called older ladies, which I respect that completely. I'm all about respect for my elders. They like terms like more mature, experienced, or grandma if they're really freaky. So, real quick, one of the first older ladies, more experienced, I ever got with, real quick story. It was funny, I actually pulled the granny panties down, and she said, "Wow, would you look at me, Ma's hoo-hoo? Who's your Grammy? Who's your Grammy?" So, at this point, I'm sitting there, and, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. So, I pleasure Mima's hoo-hoo, and she makes me a fresh sheet of cookies. So, if your grandma ever makes you fresh cookies, you should know what probably just happened. So, a man I really like, Hunter S. Thompson, him and I are a lot alike. We both love drugs, all right? So, him being very experienced, I followed in his footsteps and actually took acid at Disney World sometimes, and that brings a whole new meaning to Magic Mountain for sure. So it's like on a little piece of paper, which I'm sure a lot of you know, and my friend has to hide it in his shoe. So for the beginning of the trip, I'm thinking about Dr. Scholl's and foot fungus. But I finally make my way over to the Space Mountain ride, which I'm sure everyone knows about. Oh my God, I'm tripping fucking balls on this ride. I get off, and I see freaking Pluto and Mickey Mouse walking around, and I'm not on planet Earth anymore. So luckily, Buzz Lightyear's right across the way, and guys, I literally saved the world. Like, there are not aliens here now because of me. So, after Space Mountain and Buzz Lightyear, I got sick of needing spaceships to fly around. So I decided to visit my friend Peter Pan, who I'm sure everyone's really familiar with. And, it's a kid's story, but everyone knows that was an adult book at first, and Tinkerbell's fairy dust is actually angel dust. So, really, it's a story about a whole bunch of orphan kids doing drugs, and if that doesn't tell you about our government nowadays, I'm not too sure what will. So, I help Buzz Lightyear defeat some alien friends, and the kids can't actually fly. I helped defeat Captain Hook, so now I've saved the world twice. You guys are welcome, by the way. And I decide at this point, maybe Carousel of Progress is a good way to go. Maybe that'll turn some things around here. And it's definitely not progression we're going through right now. I'll tell you what, it starts out, there's an old man sitting on the porch with man's best friend. He's got his dog next to him. His wife's in the house cooking him an apple pie, okay? What's better than that? And he's got his property, his farm. He doesn't have to pay for food like we do nowadays. He's got plenty of land, no internet. Social media is a fucking bitch, let's be real. So it goes from that, which is perfect. Then we go to the founding fathers of America wearing powdered wigs and dresses. The transvestite movement started in the 1700s, guys. Wake up. So, a couple years later then, it's just a little kid, and he's playing video games inside with his grandma. Hopefully he doesn't like older ladies that much like I do. And the kid's just inside playing video games like a fucking pussy, okay? He's not defeating space aliens like I was. No Captain Hook fights. So he's in there with the space aliens, and I figured if life's progress is backwards, at least I'll finish as an orgasm. And that wouldn't be too bad. Speaking of orgasms, everyone knows the Olympics are around nowadays, and I always like to get frisky with my girlfriend in the bedroom, okay? So they got these new Olympics condoms, and they come in different sizes and different colors. Henry Chin, a famous Asian and the gymnast, his endorsement fits about around my pinky, as I bet you could guess. Michael Phelps endorsed one that's average size, or as you ladies say, maybe a little bit deeper. And then Usain Bolt's fits around his forearm, and that brings a whole new meaning to Black Power, let me tell you what. So they also have the gold, silver, and bronze. So I kindly asked my girlfriend which one she wants me to wear. She looks at me, smiles, and goes, well, hopefully silver, so you come second for once. Yeah. So thank you guys very much. If you think going to Disney on acid is hard, you should try stand-up on acid. I hope you all have a good night.
That was Trent Carson, tripping balls, doing his fine 5-minute stand-up performance.